So I'm going to walk through some preamps now. I've went through the microphones, and so I'm going to use the C414. This is the AKG microphone. And I'm going to use that for every one of these. So the first preamp that we're going to run through is a Chandler. This is their EMI, the Abbey Road preamp. And this is going in directly into that, and then it's going into my Midas M32 board, line level, into one of the aux inputs, straight into Pro Tools through that. So that's my converter, and the preamp is not, it's bypassing the preamp, not going through any preamp circuit on the Midas. And so I'll go through several different ones, just kind of like I did on the microphone video, very similar. I think you'll be surprised at how much different these sound, because the preamp really makes a huge difference. I can certainly hear a difference with this microphone already, and you'll see as I go through some of the others, pretty dramatic. So this is the Chandler EMI, the Abbey Road preamp. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed day and the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. So now I'm going to go on to the next pre. This is a Grace M101. So we're using the same microphone, the same everything, except now we're running through this preamp, going through the Midas as well, all the same. The only thing is different is I'm using a patch bay, so I'm actually patching it through a patch bay. So yeah, let's play this one, and you'll get a chance to hear this one in context. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, bright, blessed day and the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And that is the M101 from Grace. All right, the next preamp. This is an ART MPA Gold. 2-channel pre, has a bunch of different characteristics, or a bunch of different switches that you can play with on it to adjust. I'm trying to keep it pretty straightforward here and not doing a lot of extra things. It has, it's 2 channels. It's a tube preamp, and so it is tube. Same as that first one, the Chandler, that's a tube as well. So let's hear this one. see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed day and the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. So that is the ART MPA Gold. All right, so the next preamp that we're going to go through, this is the Midas. So this is coming right off the board and direct. So this is what we heard on the mic demo when I did that, but we're going to hear that now in context so we can then compare it with the other preamps. So this is the Midas. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed day and the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. So that is the Midas preamp, straight into the board. Our next preamp is the SSL Alpha channel. This is a 4-channel preamp. This has a unique feature, which is basically variable harmonic distortion. I have it kind of in the middle right now. We could do a lot of different things with this, but you can hear it's pretty right there. So yeah, let me try this one. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. So that is the Alpha channel. So now I'm running through the Rupert, Neve, Shelford channel. This is a complete channel strip. So we've got preamp, EQ, compressor. Right now I'm just running through the preamp. I do have a high pass on. Without the high pass, it was just so, wow, big. Kick drum and toms, things like that would just sound fantastic through this. So this is with a high pass at about 100 hertz. I do believe the high pass is set at. So let's listen to this one. trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. So that is the Rupert Neve Shelford channel. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. So again, hopefully you can see preamps make a big difference, and they really can change the overall sound and the character. Now again, just like with the microphones, one person, one microphone, one source, one song. And so everything can be different. And depending upon what you're doing, depending on what kind of sound, depending on what you're running through it, obviously some of these pre's that have some character and really have some oomph to them, you know, great on drums, great on, you know, maybe you're going for that kind of sultry kind of vocal thing. Just, again, gives you lots of flexibility. Choices, choices, choices. That's why I have several preamps. That's why I have a bunch of microphones, is because I want to be able to pick and choose what matches together best. And again, this is just one microphone. We could go through all those different microphones with all the different preamps, and everything is going to be a little bit different. All right. So again, hopefully you get something from this and learn a few things, get some ideas as to what these sound like and the versatility that some of these preamps can provide for you. All right. Thanks so much.